Hey everyone. Um, so, in my meditation last night, I was talking with my spirit guides, and they brought up the importance of spiritual safety. So, that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight. So, there's things you should know when you're first opening up your abilities and you're first awakening, that there are two different types of energy, main energies: dark energy, light energy. If you're part of like a religious background or the Catholic Church or Christianity, dark energy is like referred to demonic energy, and light energy is like angelic. So when you're first awakening and you're starting to open up your psychic abilities and communicate more with spirit, or your spirit guides, spirit team, whatever you choose to call them, there are things that you need to be aware of, and that is that if you don't have spiritual boundaries just like you wouldn't allow anybody to just wander around in your house, just walk in and make themselves at home, you need to do the same thing with the spirit world, because there are entities and beings out there that will just, well, if they can, they will wreak havoc on your life. It's a type of trickster energy. There are dark entities that will pretend to be a spirit guide or a loved one. If you're not practicing your discernment and being able to differentiate between the energies, you could be tricked. So here are a few red flags. If you ever experience this, hopefully you don't, but it's something that's not really talked about. So when you start communicating, any session needs to start with a boundary. And one that I particularly use is, I only wish to communicate with my spirit guides. The energy of love and light. That is the only energy that is allowed to communicate with me. And then I go about my communication, and after closing out a session, no matter what has been shared, what teachings, messages, anything like that, I always ask, is this the absolute truth? Because it is a universal law that any being that communicates with you has to tell the truth. So, say a darker entity communicated pretending to be my guides, and I asked that question, they would say no. And if you ever do come into contact with something like that, you tell them to leave. They have no permission to communicate with you. You clear your energy, you shut that communication down, and you ask your angels to come in and to get rid of that energy. Put a barrier up to keep you safe. You are not leaving that door open for anything like that to communicate with you. And when I say clear your energy, I mean I cast out any beings that are not my own. You are not welcome in this body. Leave now. And that clears your aura, clears your energy, and it also clears any connection that you have with any beings that are not your own, because your own beings are, well, your soul, your spirit, your guides. That is the only thing that usually stays after a clearing like that. So your guides are always with you at all times. They are there to, well, guide us along our journey and to make sure that we are okay and that we are following our soul's plan. So when we all come to Earth, we have a soul plan that is chosen before we come to Earth. And it's meant for us to grow our soul. So it's kind of like, well, it is an awful lot like school when we come to Earth. And that is about the easiest way that I can explain it, because anything else just, I don't know, becomes unrelatable, really. So yeah, we come to Earth, we grow our soul, we expand it. That is our goal. Now there are beings on Earth that don't have a soul. And if you ever run into somebody like that, you usually will know. Your body will react to it, your spirit will react to it, and you will just have a knowing, really. Like, this person is not for me. I tend to get like a nauseous feeling and like almost feel like I have like porcupine spikes all over me. Like, it's just like my whole body just goes off. And yeah, you tend to learn to not react, because once you show any sort of reaction, that is when they can tell that you know who they are. So you have to learn how to just like almost bomb-proof yourself to energy like that, because with Mother Earth changing, shifting, a lot more of that energy is coming out, and we are being very aware of it. Yeah. That's a whole other conversation. But I just want to reiterate that keeping yourself safe while communicating, regardless of what you are doing, if you are a tarot card reader, oracle cards, you do any sort of writing communications, channeling. This is for like beginner stuff. So as you grow and as you heal and as you tap into your intuition more, your psychic abilities get stronger and stronger. Now, everybody has a form of psychic ability, and it's something that we're born with, but we're conditioned at a very young age to shut it off, because, you know, nobody likes to hear, oh, you're crazy, or you're so sensitive, and like, you just want to be normal, you just want to fit in. So you're automatically conditioned to shut those abilities off. Now, as you reawaken, and it's usually like after something pretty traumatic happens in your life, where you're just sitting there going, there has to be something else. There has to be more to life. And it starts the reawakening of your gifts. And a lot of us have gifts that are dormant, but we use without realizing. And it's more of like a clairsentient type of psychic ability that's usually dormant, and it stays open, but we're unaware. So we just take those gut feelings as like, I need to trust my gut. I need, like, I have this feeling that something's not right, or I have the feeling that we shouldn't do that. Like, your body, you start feeling things. You just know something, and you can feel it. When I was in my car accident, I that day I woke up and I knew something was going to happen. I didn't know what, but I had this heavy feeling. It just felt off. It felt uneasy all day. And it wasn't until we got into the car accident, we got into a head-on collision, and it was pretty scary. But it wasn't until after my abilities started to waken up that I realized you start playing things through your memories and realizing where you've used your psychic abilities and were unaware of it. Once you come to realize, hey, I actually have psychic abilities. I have spiritual gifts. And it's really cool when it starts to happen, but you get really excited and you want to reach out, you want to find out more information. And my biggest advice is do your own research. Find books that'll help you, find a mentor, find a healer, reach out, ask questions, but don't bombard people to the extent where, as much as people want to help you and everything, it is your own personal journey. So when you're stuck and you need help, reach out. When you're unsure of something, reach out. But a lot of it comes from within. Your abilities wake up, and a lot of it starts with meditation. Meditation is the best thing that you can do to awaken your gifts. And it's the best thing you can do for your body. Your body starts to learn how to self-regulate, how to naturally receive information from your higher power, whether that be God, Creator, the universe, Jesus, Buddha, anything. Everything is connected, and it all helps us on our journey. No matter what your path is, you have a way of connecting and just having this knowing. I work a lot with Mother Earth and Creator, so that is how I ground myself and connect, and that is how I'm able to tap into my inner knowing, is being grounded. What I like to say is, like, I have a straight line that comes from Creator right down through to Mother Earth. I am solid, I am stable, and that is when my inner knowing wakes up, when I'm able to channel, when I'm able to communicate. I have a solid foundation, and that is something that I've learned. And it might not work for everybody, but it works for me. And it's really, it's almost like an antenna that awakens. It's just like, whoop. It also helps to align my chakras and make sure my energy is flowing the way it should. So, as you get more and more into using your psychic abilities, the biggest message is spiritual safety, psychic safety. Make sure that you are safe. Make sure that you call in the big guns to take care of you as you're going through this journey, because you'll learn a lot about yourself. You will feel so loved. The way I explain my spirit guides, what anybody's spirit guides should feel like, is if you've ever had grandparents that were always there for you, that showed you nothing but unconditional love, even when you messed up. They would explain things to you. They would always talk to you with love and compassion. That is the energy of your guides. That is all you should feel coming from them, is unconditional love, because that's all they know. They're there for you when you need them. They love you so much and they only want the best for you. So, if you ever run into anything that does not give that type of energy off and is trying to communicate to you that you shouldn't be speaking to this person because they're a bitch, or like talking to you in riddles, or speaking to you in like just in an uncomfortable way where you wouldn't let anybody else talk to you that way, or like manipulate situations. Your spirit guides do not manipulate. They do not talk down to you. They do not talk badly about anyone, even people that have hurt you. They won't talk badly in a derogatory way. They only show unconditional love. So even when you're going through something like that, they will try their best to explain the situation, to try to see you have a different perspective on what you've gone through in your life, and really teach you. Everything is a lesson to grow your soul. So that is what they're trying to do, is help guide you along that journey. So, unconditional love, keeping yourself safe while you're going through this journey, that is my message for you. So, know that you are loved, know that you are safe, and know that you are divinely guided. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.